Hey YouTube. Okay, so I'm just sitting here putting together some things for the second half of our year, and I wanted to do some sharing with some of the tools that we're going to be using when we are studying the Civil War. Not the Civil War, Revolutionary War. I always say the wrong one. Okay, so the first thing I want to share that we're going to be using is our war thermometer. This is just a simple thermometer I wrote. I got it. This is just those large sketch pads. I've got a bunch of that because I draw a lot. So I just got one of those and I drew a big thermometer. At the top says war. And at the bottom, Revolutionary War thermometer, US is a 13. It's always backwards. So with the early American flag and then the Union Jack for the colonists versus the British Empire. And then we've got the thermometer, and each little peg coming out is going to be a different event. I've got 5 events that we're going to be covering. We're going to start with Bacon's Rebellion, and then we'll do the Stamp Act, and I can't remember what it was. Boston Massacre, uh, Boston Tea Party, and the First Continental Congress convening. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to label it. So we'll do Bacon's Rebellion, and then we'll put, I'll have them put a small description. Maybe we might do like a little flip up card or something like that on it, and we'll just do that, and then we'll fill it in with our mercury. Probably we'll use like a red marker or something and fill it in. So when we do the when we do Bacon's Rebellion, we'll fill it in up to this point or to that point, and we'll just keep doing it up until we get to the last one, and then we have war. So that's the first thing that we're going to be using. Second is I found this at Hobby Lobby, and this is a game that you can play. There is like dice and a little pencil. I put it there. But basically you lay it down like this, and you use the pencil to mark where you are in the game. But basically one side, if you're on this side of it, then you are the colonists. If you're on this side, then you are Great Britain. And so I guess you use an X or something to mark off where you are. And so if you're on this side, you use your pencil to draw going this way, and you start where the war started, and each of you get to be a soldier. And whoever, I guess, gets to their destination first or wins the war first or something like that is the winner. And I thought this would be a really fun way to keep up with how the war progressed and the different places and battles that took place. When you look at these little boxes, they're descriptions of different battles and different events, different locations. So there's lots of facts on the map itself, and there's a lot of information. Even down here, it gives lots of descriptions of the war. All these little boxes have really great little history facts and things about how the war progressed. So I'm going to be using this, and this pad is just like, you can play it over and over again. So there's tons of these. So I'll be using these little maps for more than just the game, probably. So that's the second thing that we're using, and I got this from Hobby Lobby. And they also had ones, this is the Civil War one, but this is the Revolutionary War one, but they also had ones for the Civil War, and there's probably ones for other events as well. So that's what I got. Also, since we're going to be starting, since the country's going to be getting presidents after the Revolutionary War, I've got one of these from the dollar store, which is just, as you can see, a list of all the presidents, and it's stickers. We started memorizing presidents last year, and he actually seemed to like it. He liked knowing like all of them, so we'll probably start memorizing some again, but mostly what I'm going to focus on is we'll use these to add to our history timeline every time there's a new president in the country. So basically it's just a bunch of stickers over and over again. You can peel out each of these and stick them on things. So I've got one on our history folder, and I'll probably stick one somewhere else. But that's pretty much what we're gonna do. Every time we get to a new president, we're going to like mark it off and then add him to our history timeline, possibly a photo or something, and the years of his term. So that is what we're gonna be using. I pretty much, when I leaned over so far, it's because I was reading the the um the events that led over to the Civil War, because I forgot. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. I downloaded this off the internet, a site I've shared before, Dusters, and so that's where I got pretty much my history unit from. I just downloaded it, and they have the events of the Civil War, so they have it all, leading up to the Civil War, so they have them all in one place at first, and then it goes into detail about each one. So that's what we're gonna do as well, and that's pretty much how we're gonna cover the Revolutionary Wars. We're going to do those activities. We're gonna read about it, and more than likely we'll watch some videos. I found, if you look on YouTube, there is, oh gosh, I think it's the Discovery Channel. It's either the Discovery Channel or National Geographic. Excuse me. But they have a really cool documentary called I want to say it's called The Story of Us, American History, or The Story of All of Us, or something. There's more than one. There's one that's like world history, and there's one that's American history. But it's a really fun overview and has lots of really cool computer graphics. And we watched that last right before we started our Christmas break, and it kind of was a good review of everything we had just covered from the beginning of America to right before the Revolutionary War. So that could be something, if any of you are in that place in history, that would be fun to look up and watch. I found it on YouTube, and we watched a part of it, and then once we get to a certain point in this section of our history, we'll watch the next part of it. So that's kind of fun, and that's what we're going to be using. I just wanted to share in case anyone else might want to try these things. So I hope you guys have a happy New Year's Eve, and I will see you in 2014. Bye.